Hi, hello friends. Good morning and welcome back to the Breath, your new age spiritual guide. Friends, today we are meeting after a long gap of about a month's time since I do have a lot of other priorities, so I could not devote much time for these activities, and I'm sorry for that. Friends, today we'll start with some good subject which might be of useful for the youngsters. It's all about meditation only. But friends, first let us understand there are enormous benefits in doing meditation that we all know. But different sect of people derive different benefits and they are interested in different kind of benefits. So suppose if I go and tell a child that meditation is going to take you to higher levels in spirituality, if I say that way, probably he might not understand what I was telling. So naturally, he might not be interested to do meditation also. Similarly, if I go and tell a old person, an aged person, about, sir, if you do meditation, you get health, wealth. Of course, health is agreed to do. If I tell him, so you can get lot of wealth if you do meditation, and so he might not be interested in wealth. So let us clearly find out what are the benefits for children. Let us take this topic today. Very simple topic. Lord Hanuman was taught meditation by his mother Anjana Devi at the age of 2. So at the age of 2, what a child can do, he can only sit and close his eyes, and he doesn't know what happens. But over a period of time, he got the grasp on his breath. So he became a master of meditation. So, friends, similarly, each and every parent has to guide their children to do meditation. Suppose what benefits my children will get if they do meditation. So instead of playing, and we nowadays we lot of other extracurricular activities are there. So parents are usually they're interested in their children participating in all extracurricular activities other than academics. So we are competing with each other in this material world. So if a neighbor's son is going for a guitar class, so we will send our son to keyboard class. If a neighbor's daughter is learning dancing, then we'll send our daughter, we'll push our daughter to learn singing or whatever, so related. So the push-ups, the pushings by the parents are so much that the child cannot cope up with the burden. So what happens, friends? Actually, those days when we studied, those syllabus were not this much tough or tougher, and these people cannot cope up with the homeworks, academics, marks. So they have lot of pressure. Children have lot of pressure. They hardly find time to play. Play that too. What nowadays, mobile phone is there, and sitting at the home, they play on the TV, PlayStation, Xbox. What to ask? There are many gadgets have come for children to make the children lazy. But in those days, we used to play outside. We used to run. We used to chase each other so that at least we are healthier this much. So now the children are unable to reap those kind of benefits. They are prone to stay within the four walls. They are accustomed. So what to do now? We want our child to be number one in everything, academics, extracurricular, and everything. But how to improve his talent or interest? The child might be having interest in some other thing, but we would say no, that is not suitable, that is not good, you have to do this. So that fellow will do half-mindedly, he will do this. So and then again his academics also affect this, and this also affect the academics, vice versa. So he might not be performing well in any of this. Sorry. So friends, we have to come out of this situation. How? Yes, meditation plays a vital role here. Not every child is doing meditation. Okay, let us teach our child to do meditation. But sir, how this meditation will help my child to perform? That is the question now. Okay, your child goes to school, comes back from the school, goes to tuition classes or any other classes, extracurricular activities, and then he comes back home, and then he goes out and plays for some time. Fine. He has dinner, he or she. They have dinner, and then they go to bed around 10, 10:30, 11. Fine. So the mother or the father has to spend quality time with the children. That is most important. Before meditation, this comes first. Whatever, however busy we are in our everyday lives, so we have to spend time with our children. We have to speak to them first. So what happened at your school or college? Uh, what lessons have they taken today? Even though it seems to be in a routine, that doesn't matter. The only thing is interaction. So the child has something, so he will have that. Okay, our dad or mother are so concerned about me, so they are very much. So this fellow also becomes very much attached to parents. So this has to come naturally, friends. So we have to, we are buying everything for the child, whatever he asks, and we are buying and giving to him. That doesn't matter. That is, even if you buy and give or you don't buy also, that doesn't matter. But the time, quality time that you spend with the child is most important than everything else. So we have to laugh when the child laughs. We have to cry, or at least pretend to be crying when the child cries. And so we have to play with the child. So we have to be with the child. Of course, mother is, most of the time mothers are with the children only. But due to work, fathers are away from home, and sometimes mothers are also away, I agree. And so the entire family should find the happiness in being togetherness. That togetherness is something very important in today's lives, friends, because father goes Husband goes to some end, and the wife goes to some other end. The child comes home and he doesn't have anybody, only servant maid or someone to take care of the child. So he will develop a feeling, no, loneliness that shouldn't be there. So try to avoid those vacuums in the hearts of the children. Fine. So we are spending quality time with our children and everything is fine, excellent. And now we have come to the point of meditation. Yes. Okay. So before going to the bed, so we will ask our child to sit at the bed. So he has to lean comfortably. Just ask him to close his eyes and clasp his hands, cross his legs. Just teach this like a game, like some challenge, like some puzzle. You just tell them. So dad is now going to close eyes for 10 minutes, and whoever first opens the eyes are out from the game. So we have to fix something like this. So the child becomes very active in search in those kind of games. Um, we can never be able to beat children in those games. They are very determined than elders. So both of you have to close your eyes and you have to tell your child, if the child is very younger, 2 years or 3 years, even 2 years child can also do. Okay, then close his eyes. At least if he is able to observe his breath or not, first let them learn to close his eyes and sit comfortably for some time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, fine. That will do to start with. If the baby, I mean, if the child is a little uh, bigger, so like maybe little older, sorry, little older, about 5 years or so, so that would, then it would be very easier for us. So we can ask the child to sit and observe your breath, observe his breath. So first he says, dad, when I close my eyes, I'm getting a lot of thoughts and I'm not able to close my eyes. So I'm opening my eyes. You will do 1 or 2 times, 3 times, 10 times. Let him do that because he is in a learning stage. But I am telling you, he will be able to catch it very faster than us because their minds are very clean and clear because they don't have any responsibilities. That's why it is said children are like gods. They have no egos, especially. So their ego is not formulated yet. After the age of 5 or 7 only, ego develops a lot. So until then, the child becomes a child only. That is why even in Bible also it was said, until and unless you become like a child, you cannot enter the kingdom of the God. So we have to become like a child. So okay, forget about us. Now we are talking about the children. So the child's mind is very clear and crisper. So what happens? He closes his eyes for some time and then he goes for sleep. Every day you have to make this as a routine. Even if the next day is going to be an exam for the child, especially on those days it is required. The child should be given enough time to relax himself, sorry, to relax his mind. So we are not doing that. We will always ask the children to read only. So how long, if the mind gets alert always for a longer time, then the next day or he will not be able to remember anything. He forgets everything. So then when one should read, your mind has to be clear. That is why people used to study in the early mornings. They prefer to study in the early mornings. But okay, night also you can study. The thing is, you before that an hour or half an hour or 15 minutes, whatever you have to meditate, then your mind becomes calmer. So if you write something on a white paper, only then it is visible. Otherwise, if you write something on a newspaper where that or already print was there, so our letters won't be visible that much. So similarly, friends, if there are many thoughts in the mind already, so mind is disturbed, that time if you read, it will not store, it will not get stored there. So you have to make your mind clearer, and then you have to read. So then it पक्का हो जाएगा. That fellow will not forget that. Whatever he reads that time, he will never forget in his life. It doesn't require much effort also. Only once, if he just like a story book, like reading a story book, if he goes through the lessons, it stays there. You can try that. Also, there are many stories, not stories, many incidences that I have heard from meditators, students. They have shared that whatever while meditating, the next day's question paper came into their vision, and those exactly those questions were asked the next day. So they have written and come. So why I'm saying this, friends? So we don't have to expect those such things in our lives, but masters help the people who meditate to go easier, because we are thinking that this is the life and this is how we have to live, but this is not very important one. The actual important life is uh, other than material, that is spiritual. So masters know about it. So this material life is not that much important. Of course important for our survival and living, so but not that much. So they help us, they help the meditators in such visions, and they gave visions, and whatever is the same thing came also. It's such a wonderful thing, friends. And not only that, the person develops such a wonderful um, capability that he remains a lot. Our GB, suppose if our mind is 32 GB, it becomes 64 and multiples 1 TB. So you can store whatever. But once you make the mind clear, and then you read whatever, that goes and stays there. So we have to take our children's that way. This not only helps in getting marks. This meditation helps the child to become number one in each and everything. So he stays away from the crowd. He looks always attractive. Out of 10, he looks always attractive, and he performs better. He becomes a master in whatever he does, and whatnot. He becomes healthy, and from the childhood, if he does he becomes number one in each and everything, and his life is like you know the way with flowers, goes easily. So friends, before that we have to do meditation, and we should and then we should teach our children. So children naturally, if you tell something by mouth, they will not listen. But if we do something by observing that, they will do same thing. Whatever parents does, children do same thing. But if you tell them to do it something, no, they will say no, I will not do. So we have to understand the psychology of children also. We have to be very close with them as a friends. So this meditation helps the child to secure higher grades. And recently I have seen one video shared by one of our meditators of family, so wherein the child he got mm, very high marks in NEET exam. I think probably if I have that video link, I'll give it in this description box. You can also watch that. So it is an inspiration for students. So what you have to do, you have to do nothing, friends. Make your children sit quietly. Okay, before going to bed, just make them sit quietly, closing their eyes, and ask them to observe the breath. That's all, and nothing else we have to do. They'll take this as a game. They'll love that. They'll enjoy that. So, friends, let us all teach our children the importance of meditation, and we will help them travel in the right path. Let them stand ahead of the crowd. So, you don't have to put much efforts in bringing up your child. If he does meditation, he himself goes very easily. So, we will only show them the path. The path is very easier, and the child gets into that path, and he becomes a master in each and everything. So let us all pledge today to help our children do meditation and be a masters unto themselves. Thank you, friends, and I hope this message reaches the right ones. Let us do whatever we had discussed, and thank you very much for being here, and let us meet next time in some other video with some other topic. Until then, goodbye and bye bye to you now. Thank you very much.
Please share and subscribe to make your spiritual journey faster.